Have you ever wondered how different life would be if we evolved in a different way? Or if we discover interstellar travel and by doing so, we meet different alien races with different cultures, views, lust for wonder and answers, creating an intergalactic civilization that would span throughout the entire known galaxy? Well, me neither. But there is a game that has all these questions and tries to answer them in an epic journey that will make even Elon Musk blush at the technologies developed and the wondrous discoveries we will make. This is a game from a time where games were games and not products sold to us by companies that would belittle us and throw us half-finished products, cut content that they would try to sell it separately. Microtransactions were still the evil that we, the gaming community, will never accept, and a time where game developers weren't game developers but gamers at heart that would try to make their absolute best to put passion and love for their project, so the players would drown in a good story and get lost in the labyrinth of creativity and fun, with cool mechanics, expansive worlds, and not pushing secret narrative agendas in our faces. Today's main course in yummy dish to digest and savor is Mass Effect, the first game in a series of 3, and the top question to answer is: why is it so freaking deliciously awesome? Yes, that's a word that started existing from this moment onwards. I want to talk a little bit of the first thing you see after hitting the new game button. As a kid, seeing this for my first time, my exact impression was this:
oh my god, I'm hacking into a military database!
And the immediate second reaction was,
that looks so futuristic!
What can I say? I was naive and dumb. But even looking from my more experienced perspective that I gained over the years, I must say that this screen is well done. It's immersive, believable, and creating that soldier profile into the Alliance database is still a cool way to start a game. After creating the profile, the game transitions in a cutscene, talking about our character.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
This moment is very important, establishing what Shepard has gone through, where he is coming from, and how it reached the place he is in at the moment. How they build this moment of introduction is incredible. I have no other words for it. The camera work is really good, the choice of powerful, dramatic music is top notch. It gives you the feeling of power, importance. You already established in your mind that Shepard is important and someone that holds real power, and they did it with only music, poses, and camera work. Nice job. After all that, you are free to explore the ship, read the codex maybe, meeting the XO, second in command basically, and of course meeting the "oh my god dude, you are going to die in the first 5 minutes of the game" guy. This first part of the game introduces us to alien concepts like specters, the Geth, Turian War, creating intrigue and suspension in the player, making you thirst for answers and knowledge. Shepard being already an established character in this world, already knowing what we as players learn, I was afraid that this would create a disconnect between what we know and what Shepard should know. But they did such a great job of letting us learn about the world in an organic way through dialogue that I never felt this disconnect. I really like the beginning of the game and the feel of the first planet you visit, Eden Prime. Every single part of the first mission is well done, filled with something to do, being combat, exploration, dialogue, intriguing story, or meeting the main villain of the game, Saren. It's a very concentrated experience with no wasted spaces in the map design. It is really engaging, well paced, and a good introduction to what we should expect from the rest of the game. And we get to see flying organic balloons on top of that all. Don't lie to me, I know you popped them too. After finishing Eden Prime, we need to report to the council what we learned on the planet. This is the moment where you'll be introduced to the Citadel. Oh man, this moment is so cool. With the banter of your crew, the space cutscene, seeing the Destiny Ascension for the first time, and let's face it, seeing a freaking flying space station in the middle of nowhere is awesome. Here is the first time you'll meet the council and the bad treatment we get from them, antagonizing humanity, not trusting in our words.
Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I really liked how they showed emotion, especially how disappointed Dina was at the end of the meeting. They painted emotion so well through facial expressions and camera. I felt the feeling of defeat in that moment. You guys remember when I said that the pace in the first mission of the game is perfect? Full of action, story, characters, no wasted spaces. Well, after reaching the Citadel, the pacing slows to a crawl. I think they try to give us time to ingest the world they created, show us the different races, systems, cultures, religions, history with the Arachni War and First Contact War with the Turians, teaching us about the genophage. But as a direct consequence, the pacing suffered, and the hype they created during the first portion of the story kinda died out. What it was supposed to be a huge space station created by unknown technologies, with millions, billions, trillions, whatever the number of people, was just a square, with a few rooms and a few NPCs that could be replaced with rocks, because they never move. Sadly, I wasn't sold on the idea that this place was huge and important, with people being busy and having work to do. And it didn't help that the side quests on the Citadel are not great gameplay wise. Just walk around from place A to place B. The writing behind the quest is good, not bad, but the gameplay itself is stale and boring, with the only thing you'll do is walk around from one place to another. But like I said, the writing is good. I want to showcase the side quest where you meet a grieving husband that lost his wife in action, killed by Geth, during the Eden Prime attack. He just wanted her body back so he can grieve in peace. Even though the premise is simple, we find out that it's more complicated than that. Her body being retained by the Alliance for further study so it could develop better protection against Geth weaponry. You can choose different outcomes for this mission. Deliver the body, tell him politely to F off, or try to plead with him to understand the situation and let his wife serve even in death for the betterment of humanity. And this right here is why the game is so good. Choices. In this particular case, a rather hard choice for me. I always put compassion, empathy first, but in this case, if there is a chance to save more lives, in the end, we should take it. Another quest that stood out to me was meeting Shaira, a high-class luxury professional host. She is presented as a seductress, femelle fatale, but when I finished her quest and returned to her, and saw this hugging cutscene, my reaction was this. Oh my god, cringe! While I like the aesthetic of the Citadel, the world building and the different races you encounter here, and how you even learn about the history of this world with the help of statues, it felt way too static, and the perfect pace created by the first mission is engulfed by slow-paced gameplay that is not very engaging or fun. So you get your own ship, crew, the liberty to go where you want and do what you want, becoming a Spectre, the most powerful agent in the entire galaxy. You answer to no one except the Council, you are free to take on missions and do whatever you want with them as long as they are successful. I am excited to go out there, explore this big map full of planets and do some quests. Let me just get this out of the way. The side planets and side quests you do in this game are boring. A sad excuse for padding the game to feel longer than it actually is. The writing and choices behind the quests are actually good, but the gameplay is boring, repetitive. The only thing you do is go on a planet, you find out that there is nothing to find out on it. Reach a mine, base, whatever, go through a room full of enemies, reach the final room, talk with an NPC, and that is it. It's a boring, uninspired gameplay loop that you'll find across the entire galaxy, and even the rooms you are exploring are the same, with only a few crates moved in some way. All that excitement you get to go out and explore a galaxy full of mysteries, uncover new species, or find new technologies is gone by your 5th or maybe 7th planet. One of the things I liked about the side quests is how you get the missions. You are contacted by Admiral Hackett and get a sort of a mini briefing. It is an immersive way to receive quests, especially as a soldier, and exploring the galaxy system by system, planet by planet, gives you a sense of grandeur, of something of wonder and mystery. Too bad that the side quests are so bland. There is one thing that the game excels at: companions. Along your journey amongst the stars, there will be people and aliens joining you to make sure that your journey is a success. These companions are well written and built, with different personalities. They have good sides and bad sides, and most importantly, they feel real. They are Tali.
What is it about you that makes people assume we enjoy being in harm's way?
Rex.
I'm not like you, Shepard. I'm no hero. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
Garrus.
I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Kaidan.
Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
And Ashley.
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
By the middle of the game, they stop being companions and start being friends. You really feel how the relationship with them grows as you learn more and more about them. And what at first seemed like a straightforward character is a lot more complex and complicated. For example, Rex seems like a villain more than anything, and all he does is for money, until you crack that hard exterior shell and reach the heart of the matter. As you talk with him more and more, you realize how much he cares about his people and his desperation to make them whole again, with the culmination point being the confrontation on Vermeer. But more on that later. Another thing I loved about the game is the ship, Normandy. She, and yes, I said she and not it, felt like another member of the crew. Every time I came back, it felt like coming back home. I was looking forward to meet my companions and learn about their thoughts on the last mission we embarked on. The word I'm looking for to describe the feeling of coming back to the place I belong is comfortable. While the side planets are a boring infestation of padding for more hours played, I can't say the same thing for the main planets, where the story is developed, the intrigue is intriguing, and finishing the planet leaves you with a feeling of, oh my god, I want more. Noveria was my first stop, and here the story picks up in a really good way. I found out more about Saren and confronted the most powerful ally he has, Matriarch Benezia. Her story is a sad one and an example of how good intentions can turn into bad intentions when your will is bended to someone else. She tries to fight back the compulsion of doing wrong, but sadly it's too late for her, and in my opinion she dies a hero and thus her true self. On this planet, I actually needed to make a really hard choice between killing an entire species or saving a species that could threaten the entire galaxy. The build up for this moment is well done. I learned about the Rachni War while traveling the galaxy, and the danger it posed and how one danger exposed us to another danger, the Krogans. While the Krogans stopped the Rachni, they rebelled against the Council. It forced the Salarians to create a genetic virus that stops breeding, and releasing it upon the Krogans. It was called the Genophage, a virus that slowly but surely destroys the Krogan. While I chose to release the Rachni Queen, my mind was plagued until the end of the playthrough by the thought of what if I just doomed the entire galaxy to another war. And the vocal interventions of my friends Telly and Rex didn't help either to soothe my mind.
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
She's the last of her race, Shepard. We don't have the objectivity to judge her.
Your companions hear the truth.
The second planet was the one where you recruit Liara. This one didn't really stood out in any way. It's a fun portion of gameplay, but not much story is developed here. And there is not much to talk about. Just go to this planet, save Liara, the end. The third planet I visited was Pharos. I liked this planet since my first step on it. They really drew me in with the suspension music and the eerie feeling I got from the colonists.
We saw your ship. Faidan wants to speak with you immediately.
Who's Faidan?
He's our leader. He needs your help to prepare for the Geth. They're making another push. Please, up the stairs past the freighter.
I felt right away that something is not right. Somehow, this place gave me a nostalgic feeling of reliving the same experience I found in Jade Empire, a previous game made by BioWare. They did a really good job at creating a powerful feeling of mystery, making me question myself about what is really happening, and until the final moments of me meeting and dispatching the Thorian, this feeling never left my mind. Vermeer, my favorite planet and story moment of the series. The planet where convictions are challenged, tears are created, and the moment where the revelation of the true enemy is revealed. It starts with a heavy dose of action that leads to our first confrontation with a companion, Rex. After finding out that Saren is actually looking to cure the Genophage, the disease that is killing the Krogan, Rex is visibly distressed, angry, and questions where his loyalty should be. Right here is the culmination of good character development, where Rex stands on his own as a real character with different views and goals. If you fail to convince him to follow you and fall in line, he actually dies here, a really bold and powerful moment set by BioWare. Another moment more powerful than the confrontation with Rex is the choice on who to save. Later on the mission, I had to make a really hard choice on who to save, Ashley or Kaidan. It was really hard for me because both of them grew on me, and I had to choose between my bro Kaidan and the possible love interest in Ashley. I ended up saving Kaidan just because he was with me since the start of the mission and had my back all this time, never failing to be a good friend. The story continues to be developed on this planet with a huge revelation on what Sovereign actually is. This is the moment where the story became even more interesting and the point where my ideas coagulated in a single revelation. Oh shit! That octopus looking ship is actually a Reaper? Pam 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 pam! The pleasant string of events end with the exchange of words and bullets between Shepard and Saren. When I found out more about his motivation and how he was already under the influence of indoctrination, I only felt pity. While he had some good arguments for why we should follow and help the Reapers, I wasn't really convinced that we cannot stop them. If they are so unstoppable, why are they using agents to weaken our people? If they are so indestructible, why aren't they simply attacking without a plan, instead of scheming and stealthing their way into our galactic civilization's heart? By the end of the conversation, I was even more certain of the fact that I will freaking stop them. And of course kill Saren. The beginning of the end finds us being stuck on the Citadel, after a great decision from the Council to not let me chase Saren onto Ilos. Here, the best cutscene ever in the history of gaming happened, and this is it.
Anderson? What are you doing here? I didn't send... Nesson sent... Nesson sent...
Oh man, that feels good! Thanks to the intervention from our mentor Anderson, we are released from the clutches of politicians and we are free to betray the council and listen to the freedom of our hearts to chase down Saren. I need to talk about the cutscene before reaching Ilos. My blood was pumping in my veins, everyone was arguing.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer, I've looked!
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? We'll never get in close enough for a drop.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run!
We had no place to land, the stress and anger in Presley's voice, and the moment when Joker spoke, the words came out.
I can do it.
Joker?
I was on the edge of my chair saying, yes you can! And the second line came.
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker! Drop us right on top of that bastard.
My mind was like, of course you can! Let's drop on their heads and blow some shit up. Or the moment when you reach the Citadel and fight outside the station on its wall was so exhilarating. You can see from the gameplay the adrenaline pumping in my veins and the hype I was feeling. Cover? Cover? What is that? Push forward! I am going to kill every bastard from here until I reach Saren, even if it kills me. And killed it did. When the final moments hit and you have the choice to save the council and you give the order to save it, it transitions to a cutscene where the Alliance fleet enter in a heroic moment to save the day, dramatic music on the background, feelings of hell yeah dominating my mind. You hear the cavalry is here and you say it with the game, the cavalry is here. And when the game cuts to the Asari commander saying, I said it with her, thank the goddess.
Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear. The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
The ending of the game is satisfying, well built, it created genuine feelings of adrenaline, and it made me feel happy and wanting for more. Mass Effect is all about the story, world building, the friendships you build with your companions. It's about introducing an amazing universe, discovering detailed alien species with complex backgrounds and histories. It's about exploring the unknown and being part, or more accurately, being the change in this new universe. It's designed from the ground up to be able to fill plots and stories and making sure everything follows a certain logic. If what you are looking in a game is story, in my humble opinion, it is the best game in the series. With such a strong start, I can only see a bright future for the series. I see no way for BioWare to fail us, and only great games await ahead of us. Or are they?